and saw the baseball team a couple of times. And what a fun weekend. We don't do a ton of baseball, softball on here, but I'll give them a little love and then we'll wrap up. Baseball won the first game of the series. I think it was 14-1, 14-2. I'm just absolute bludgeoning. Lost the second game and then won the Saturday night game, Thursday, Friday, Saturday series, and ended up winning the series against the Hurricanes in a really fun series, kind of back and forth. They win a game, lose a game, win a game, and it was fun to see them. Always fun to beat Miami. I believe that right now Florida State, I don't have the tweet right in front of me. Actually, I do. Yeah, somebody just liked it, so it kind of back up to the top. Florida State is 11-2 against Miami during the 24-25 school year. Obviously, the two losses being football, maybe the one that people care about the most, and then the one baseball loss. And over the last 2 years, Florida State is 24-3 against Miami in all sports. I think there might be a couple of more like kind of Olympic sports that get, do take place this year. So maybe have a chance to, expound on that just a little bit. But always fun to beat your rivals.
No, definitely. And I'm jealous you got to go down there to see that in Coral Gables, not in the city of Miami, which, Miami fans would like you to believe. But no, they're off to an extremely hot start. And I'm not trying to make excuses, but, the loss to Florida, that's a midweek game. I don't really care about midweek games because you're not throwing your aces. You're not throwing anyone well. You still got to hit the ball and you still got to score runs. So, that they need to figure that out a little bit in these midweek games. But, yeah, they look like a definite team that could make it to Omaha this year. And, if I had to put money on it right now, I would bet they will.
All right, I'll get right back to the video, but first I want to give some love to our friends over at Russo & Co. I told you about Chris Russo and his business last week, and it is certainly tax season. Hopefully you've already gotten your 1099s or your W-2s. Listen, Chris is a huge Florida State fan, just like you and I are. He's been a CPA since 2002. He got his MBA in 2004. He's also got a law degree. He's got 25 plus years of experience doing this stuff. And if you need assistance with any tax preparation, any tax advisory, if you need help with preparing 1099s or W-2s for employees, if you own a business, give my guy Chris a call. His info is down in the description. You can also see it here on the screen. Again, Chris will do his very best to get you taken care of, to make sure that you're getting your maximum refund, that you keep as little in the IRS's hands as possible, but of course, doing everything legally and not getting you in trouble. Chris will hold your hand every step of the way. If you mention that you saw him, his information here on Double Fries No Slaw, he'll give you a free consultation. Again, it's Russo & Co. Great guy, great Seminole, and hopefully if you are in need of any tax services, you will certainly reach out to him. We'll tell you more about him as the weeks and months go on as we lead up to tax season, but again, appreciate Chris at Russo & Co. for their support. Yeah, their pitching is unreal. I know that Mendez and Arnold didn't have great days this weekend. I don't know if that's just due to being on the road, due to the rivalry, or just both of them kind of being off a little bit. But found a way to win, found a way to beat your rivals regardless of that. And, just really fun, as always to win like that. On the other side, softball beat Alabama on the road on Wednesday night, and then they're playing Duke in the third game of their 3-game series.
So they're 4-1 in their last 5 at Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
Big win against
a very good softball program.
Yeah, big win on the road against a ranked team there. And then Duke is, maybe before this series, kind of thought of as a potential, that way they were voted the preseason ACC champions. And so won the first 2 against Duke, up 7-2 right now in the last inning. Hold your breath. Yesterday they were up 11-1 and ended up winning 12-11. So I guess anything could happen, but if they can get 3 outs here, we'll consider this a sweep. And if not, I'll have to get back on here and edit this out. But 3 outs away from a sweep up at Duke, 4 ranked wins in a row when the team desperately needed it after dropping. I think they had dropped 4 straight games to ranked opponents, 2 to Oregon, 2 to Texas A&M. So good to pick up these wins for sure for the softball team. A really good week for both teams. And then, like you said, Florida plays Florida State. Florida and Florida State play on Tuesday night in Jacksonville, so it'd be great for Florida State to kind of continue some of the upward and positive momentum trajectory, playing another rival here in just 2 days.
Yeah. Random thought, and I don't think anybody would disagree with me. I think Florida and Florida State should do a weekend series, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Gainesville, Jacksonville, Tallahassee. It makes no sense why they don't do that.
So I mean, I'd be fine with that. I think it should just be at home. Like it should just be home and home, right? Like that's a lot of travel for people that are trying to get around to games. Hotels in 3 cities would be tough. I'd have no problem with that. I think I'd like that better than what we have now, the 3 random Tuesdays. It's a lot of travel for the team too, a lot of logistics. I'd just be fine. I mean, it should just be a weekend series to me. Just I don't really care, I don't care if they played it in Jacksonville every year, which, I don't really love that. Like I'd rather it just be like a home, played in Gainesville one year, played in Florida State the next year. But yeah, I certainly would prefer for it to be a weekend series. I doubt that ever happens soon, but it would be nice if they could at some point figure that out.
Yeah.
But I'll leave the rest of my thoughts there alone on that.